A reading from 1 Corinthians 13. If I speak in the tongues of humans and of angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. But as for prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know only in part, and we prophesy only in part. But when the complete comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put an end to childish ways. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, but then we will see face to face. Now I know only in part. Then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known. And now faith, hope, and love remain, these three. And the greatest of these is love. This passage was read just a few months ago when John and Nancy were married. It's a passage we often hear at weddings, and with good reason. But I believe it's also a fitting passage for the memorial of Jon Shirek. Because what I just read, that's who Jon Shirek was. He was grounded and formed by his faith. He was a source of comfort and hope for so many. And his legacy is love. Selfless, Christ-like love. One of the most significant ways I experienced that love was simply through his presence. He always offered his full presence, care, and attention, which is why whenever I learned of an upcoming family gathering, the very first question out of my mouth was this: will Uncle Jon be there? For me, Uncle John's presence made a difference. His presence set the tone. Calm, steady, warm, inviting. He had a kind curiosity, always asking insightful questions and genuinely interested in my answer. With Uncle Jon, I never felt the need to pretend, never felt any pressure to prove myself. He took the time and made the effort to see me and know me and remind me that I matter, that I am loved, just as I am. He did that for so many of us. Uncle Jon was gifted and accomplished, but what mattered most to him was living his life with love. That was clear. His care and humility seeped into each and every part of who he was. Whether he was John the husband, son, brother, uncle, friend, colleague, patient, neighbor, or even stranger, he exuded kindness, gentleness, and compassion. He never sought the spotlight. Instead, he ensured others were seen, heard, known, and cared for. In a world that tends to tear down, he chose to uplift. In the midst of conflict, he worked to make peace. He assumed the best and rarely was deterred by the worst. Despite his best efforts not to, Uncle Jon stood out. He was the best of us. In the days, weeks, months, and years ahead, I know that same question will stick with me. Will Uncle Jon be there? Here's what I know. Faith, hope, and love remain, these three. And the greatest of these is love. Love never ends. May it be so.